So what is your PhD about?
So my PhD looks at masculinity and leisure in the mid-19th century, using as its case study Stalybridge, which is a town 8 miles east of Manchester. And it focuses in particular on 3 sites of leisure, or 3 practices of leisure: walking, pub culture and music culture. And as well as trying to develop or further our understanding of working class masculinity in this period, it also tries to make an additional point or additional argument about related to each of those forms of leisure. So in the pub chapter it tries to kind of reclaim the pub, the 19th century pub, as a positive, or has the potential to be a positive site rather than just a negative one.
And how have you approached undertaking your PhD? What has your methodology been?
So I've used archives across the northwest of England. Mostly I rely on diary entries, in particular one diary from a Stalybridge school teacher who worked in a town in the 1850s and 1860s. But other chapters use material culture and building layouts and building plans, such as the pub chapter, which tries to look at the way that these buildings were set up and examine and question existing notions of the Victorian pub as a site of immorality, as a site of vice, and tries to challenge those and suggest that the pub could be a positive force within communities and allow working class men almost a surrogate home in which to develop their identity.
So why is your PhD important?
2 main reasons. I think, firstly, a lot of the discourse on masculinity has centred on this dichotomy between public and private. And I'm not necessarily sure that always applies to working class life, but also life in a more provincial town such as Stalybridge. And that leads into the second reason why I think it's important, is there's been a lot of focus on the smoke cities of the 19th century, such as Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, Glasgow, but there's been less attention paid to provincial towns. And I think there's a real opportunity to uncover some of the culture, the leisure practices and the issues surrounding identity in a lot of the smaller provincial towns in the 19th century.
And why did you choose Manchester University to do your PhD?
Quite a lot of reasons, really. I think I looked into doing the PhD here because of the academic staff that were there, Hannah Barker and Julie Marie Strange and Charlie Wildman in particular. Secondly, I'd come through my undergraduate at MA here, and I'd enjoyed my time in Manchester City, but also found that the university was, the way it's set up, the kind of atmosphere and the culture around the university, I found quite conducive to making me enjoy doing the research and the academic lifestyle that's here, so that's why I chose Manchester.